Find the missing side lengths in this right triangle. The trigonometric ratios and their associated skills are so important to math that they often merit getting their own 1.5 courses to explore. Getting a firm handle on the basics will make the higher level skills easier to understand. Trigonometry is the study of how sides and angles of a triangle relate to each other. While you can do a lot of useful things with trig, we're going to focus on the basic ratios. The basic trigonometric ratios are one of the rare cases where I encourage you to use a calculator, simply because many textbooks no longer include trig charts and the slide rule is no longer considered a fashionable math tool. Just make sure the mode is set to degrees, or you'll get some pretty outlandish answers. These ratios apply to right triangles only, and you need to be aware that when I say opposite, I mean the leg not touching the angle we're working with, and when I say adjacent, I mean the leg touching the angle. The sine ratio looks at the leg opposite the angle in relation to the hypotenuse. We set it up as sine of A equals opposite over hypotenuse. Plug in what you know and solve for the empty spot. The cosine ratio looks at the leg adjacent to the angle in relation to the hypotenuse. We set this up as cosine of A equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Again, plug in what you know and solve for what you don't. Tangent can be viewed as being the ratio of the opposite leg to the adjacent leg, or the ratio of the sine to the cosine. We usually set this up as tangent of A equals opposite over adjacent, but if you happen to know the sine and cosine, you can also set it up as tangent of A equals sine of A over cosine of A. This sounds a bit complicated, but there's a funny sounding mnemonic that can help you remember the ratios. Take the first letter of each ratio and put them together to get SOHCAHTOA. If you know two side lengths of a right triangle, you can use the basic trig ratios to find unknown angle measures. Figure out which ratio you have and set up the problem. On your calculator, find the inverse of that function. It will have a superscripted -1. Type in the inverse and the ratio, remembering to enclose the ratio in parentheses, and the calculator will give you the angle's measure. Now, let's use our new ratios to find these missing side measures. To remember basic ratios, remember the mnemonic SOHCAHTOA.